Hey guys, it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to tell you a little story about the time my friend set me up. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about my crazy experiences while dating, what it's like to be a single girl, and also my journey to my bikini competition. So if you can relate to all of that stuff, hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you can go ahead and join the Kitten Squad. I post every Monday and bonus Fridays. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. There was this one time where I was texting my friend Mimi. He and I were texting and he was telling me about one of his coworkers, and then he showed me a picture of his coworker. And I looked at him and I was like, ooh, he's cute. And he was like, oh, well, he thinks the same about you. And I was like, really now? Are we being serious? And he was like, yes. So he gave him my number and I actually texted me. So we were texting for like a little bit and I was definitely like very apprehensive because I didn't even know this guy because it was so random and out of the blue. So he was telling me that he didn't have a job and he didn't even live in San Francisco, and I was super confused and concerned. I was thinking to myself, like, he doesn't have a job, so how is he like affording his life? Listen guys, I am not a gold digger in any means. Before you attack me, I just want a guy to have his own income so he can financially live his best life. Because if you don't have a job, how can you go on dates with me? Because I don't want to always be paying for everything. I want us to take turns. Anyway, not the point. That raised a flag, but then he told me, but don't worry, I'm starting a new job in a couple of weeks. And I was like, okay. And he goes, oh, by the way, I live in Emeryville. Jeez, I mean, like, that's one way to give a person a heart attack. I mean, don't tell a person that they don't have a job and that they don't even live in the same city as you, and then just to screw with them. I don't know. I don't like sarcasm. It makes me really uncomfortable. We agreed to grab dinner and drinks for the first date. So he met up with me. He came to my house and I gave him the grand tour of my house. I was just like, this is gonna be the most awkward date ever. Like, I'm literally starting off the date by giving him a tour of my apartment. And then we walk over to a brewery that's really close in my neighborhood that I really like. We go to dinner and we were talking about a lot of nonsense. He was basically telling me how his old company was going under, his interactions with my friend Mimi. To be quite honest with you, it was kind of a boring date. When you can't even remember half the conversation that you had with this person, you know that this was just not the right person for you. He also gave me like a lot of weird vibes, and I just kind of felt that he was just a little bit too animated for me. And it's funny because I'm such an animated person, and it's so weird for me to say that someone is too much for me. And I am just like, what is wrong with me? Like, I shouldn't be thinking like this. And after just getting to know him, I just kind of realized that I wasn't really all that attracted to him. I don't know, has this ever happened to you when you find someone so attractive in their pictures and then when you meet them in person, you just kind of change your mind? He didn't look anything different. I guess, couldn't fully put my heart and soul into this date. And I felt really bad. I can't even remember how the bill went. I think we ended up splitting the bill. Long story short, I was just not really into him like I thought I would be. I just felt like there was just really no connection. It just kind of felt like I was going on a date with some dude who was just really weird. And when the conversation was just full of lots of awkward pauses, I was just like, okay, well, this guy is not my Mr. Right, but he's a cool dude though. So we walk back to my apartment, and when he says goodbye to me, he literally picks me up and, like, you know, gives me a little whirl around, and I'm just kind of like, ah! Just not expecting him to just pick me up and twirl me around. I mean, it's a nice gesture and everything, and it got me off guard, but I really want a guy that I really like to do that to me, not a guy that I'm not interested in. It really made the ending of the date super uncomfortable. I feel like he wanted to try and kiss me, but I'm so glad that he never fully made that move on me, because I've been like, whoa, stop. So what happened after that? Well, I never heard from him ever again. He completely ghosted, and that was fine by me. And I was telling Mimi that, yeah, him and I never chatted after that night. And he goes, oh my god, I can't believe he ghosted you. Not a big deal. He was not right for me. I thought he was super weird, and that's that. I feel bad that this probably wasn't the most exciting dating story that I've had. Like I mentioned in a video where I talked about my first Tinder date experience, I haven't really gone on too many bad dates. I have gone on another bad date, but again, it's not an exciting story, and I should probably stop making videos on dates that aren't good for me, but they're very uneventful. So I won't make a video on that experience because it's just not worth making a video on. That was the time that my friend set me up and I went along with it. And what did we learn from this, ladies and gentlemen? Don't let your friends set you up on dates, because if they don't want them, why would you? Okay, that's not true, because everyone has different preferences. But I'm just saying, don't set your friends up unless you really know that person is going to like them. Just knowing me and my pickiness, I will probably never like any of the suggestions you have for me. So that's what I learned. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!